We remain leaderless, we remain partyless, we remain tribeless. But the problem is a lot of people have insinuated themselves, masquerading as, as they are part of the cause, but, they are working with the oppressor, they are working with the enemy. So we have done, and it has come at extreme, effort to try and tell people and direct people to where we should be, or who we should be looking at. So sometimes you may see it as being divisive, but we'd rather sacrifice 100 people who are working for the oppressor than go back through the same cycle that we have endured. Don't forget, this anger has arisen because of the most recent abductions, the most high profile being Kibet Bull. Kibet Bull is a cartoonist, he's a creative genius. But what happened to him? He had maintained his cover, he had stayed on the down low, but on the day he met Okia Omtata, just so happens that he was arrested outside his office. He was abducted outside Okia Omtata's office. And if you had cared to look at my tweets, I had told you that Okia Omtata is a sellout. I told you that this guy has been implanted to divide us, because how does he gazette a committee of, I don't know, a couple of 10 idiots? And then they go there, and then all of them are influential figures in X. So he wants to ride on the young bandwagon while masquerading as a young person. First of all, he's 60 years. He's masquerading as a young person. He had never announced his presidential candidature before June. So suddenly he wants to become president, and he wants to use his influencers to guilt trip us, to blackmail him because of imaginary credentials, because you can't tell me that he has been a freedom fighter while we are still in a state of oppression. So what are the yields of his activism? What are the yields? What can we say? Oh, this is what Okia Omtata has done. No, we are still in a state of activism. I've been saying Kenya now is a de facto one-party state. Kenya is a de facto one-party state, whether you like it or not, because they have captured, they have bought off, they have paid off all the tenants of democracy. Yeah, they have paid off the legislature. The MPs are shamelessly saying that they bow down and they dance to the tune of the executive, starting with the deputy speaker herself, announcing, proclaiming their lack of autonomy, their lack of independence. She says it in public. So they've captured the judiciary. The judiciary is now the most corrupt institution in Kenya, headed by Mother Koome. They've captured the civil society. They've bribed all the NGOs, all the civil society, all the trade unions. Kotu, you see that agent Francis Atwoli, most useless fossil, north of Limpopo, south of the Sahara. And they've captured him. They've captured all the trade unions. They've bought off all the media. You see what happens. Anytime there is a new government, they poach select journalists. People are now working for the regime. Francis Gashuri, Mohammed Hussein Mohammed, all of them are poached from the media. So for you, you'd be so naive to imagine that that relationship between Mohammed Hussein and Francis Gashuri started when Ruto became. No, they were friends even from before. So even the current crop of journalists that we have are now fomenting and forging new relationships so that the next politicians who they imagine will be in power, they can be insinuated in position. So they have captured literally everything. The donors are on board, or the diplomats. Previously, we used to have at least 1 or 2 ambassadors, the EU, condemning what the governments of that day were doing. These days, they rarely speak. They rarely speak. Why? Because everyone has been told, what's your problem? They were kept in a table. They were told, what's your problem? You want minerals. You want what? You want us to vaccinate our cows. Everyone has been given whatever they need. So us, as Kenyans, they don't give a about me. All these deals are cut at night in hotels. Yeah, everyone is told, what do you want? What do you want here? Yeah. could be less than 1,000 people. Then let's shaft the other 50 million people. Do we care about them? And so we are in a de facto one-party state. Do you understand? And social media is the last bastion of democracy in the country. That's why every day they are just waking up saying social media, social media. It's become the new chorus. They themselves have huge followings, more than us on social media. But it is good when it is serving them, when they are pushing their own propaganda. The day when we mastered, the day when we realize we don't have to consume your shit, we have to make you trend. We don't even, the day we realize, the day we took back our power as social media, and it hit them like Jesus. You mean Itumbi can't trend anymore? You mean Hussein Mohammed can tweet and we don't listen, we don't even retweet it? The day when we took back our power, because don't forget, social media was easy. We used to go to social media for troll and banter. We used to watch shows and then it trends. You remember we used to watch that show on KTN called Tujuane, and then everyone is like Tujuane, and then that was social media. Before this old and started bringing their divisive agenda, Mutahingunyi and David D. And then you guys, what do? You make them trend. You retweet their bullshit. It has taken us extreme effort to show you that you're following your saboteurs. You're following the people who are going to destroy you. You're retweeting them. You have to stop being stupid. To be smart is a deliberate effort. You have to elevate yourself. Nobody is going to come and tell you, oh, you must be smart. No, you have to elevate yourself. Like now, what's wrong with Embu people? How your comrades, Kianjakoma brothers. Then the same Uhuru comes 2 years later, hasn't done anything. You guys are there. You even escorted him to his car. What kind of rubbish is that? Ni panya munakuanga mumekula ama ni nini? Why must you be so stupid? You mean in that whole crowd, kulikosa tu mtu mmoja aseme, na si ni huyu Uhuru, mbona tunamusindikiza kwa gari? Juzi, now your friend Billy Mwangi has been abducted by police. You go for protest, 2 hours, munamaliza, you're following your stupid MP. That MP, you guys have been telling me, he's against the grain. Can you show me one project he has done with CDF? Can you show me one complete project? Because every constituency gets 110 million every year. Can you show me one project? Hey, and then you're there looking at him. No, this movement has a brain of its own. We don't follow leaders. You don't foist somebody. You don't foist part of the oppressive infrastructure that we want to bring, we want to crumble to the ground. So Embu people, man, you people have really disappointed me. Mulikuwa sasa mumeenda nyumbani, alitoka. Juu mulienda nyumbani. You think this is like high school, where sasa hii kitu hii ni shughuli ya kwenda na shift. Tunaenda lunch, tunaenda dinner, tunalala. Insanity is repeating the same thing, expecting different results. We cannot go on the Boniface Mwangi model, where he used to say, Tuesday na Thursday, ati ndio tuna protest. Because once you go home, you know, a lot can happen. By the time you're going home, you are convinced. William Ruto had even packed his money, his stolen money, in helicopters. They were going to Moyea base because he was ready to leave. All you just needed to do was to stay an extra day. But you have opted for another 6 months of oppression, and all you needed to do was to stay another 24 hours. That's all you needed to do on June 25th. But you didn't do it. You went home. You were convinced by Boniface Mwangi and his team of outriders to go home. You went back to Githurai. They came for you in your estates. When the people of Pipeline were protesting about the quarry bodies, the police came to your estates. 10 policemen were able to contain an entire estate of 5,000 to 10,000 people. 10 policemen, they were throwing tear gas in your houses. Na kuna wanaume huko.